question for you today. What is this?
Tú dices que eres feliz, mentira que no lo eres. Tú dices que eres feliz, tú buscas yo otros placeres, para no acordarte de mi ya que si ahí está tú.
I mean, what palo and what style? Stick around, you might be surprised. Hi, this is Guillermo Guillen for FlamencoMAPS. Welcome to my channel. Whether you dance flamenco, you sing flamenco, you play guitar, you play palmas, you play cajon, or you just want to understand how it works, I keep repeating again and again that we need to know the cante. Today, another example of surprising things that can happen in a cante or a baile. Things that we really need to know if we want to understand and to appreciate all the diversity and the creative potential of flamenco. So what was that we listened to? If you said flamenco, so yes, you're right. If you said a flamenco song, then we'll have a problem. Remember, there are no songs in flamenco but cantes, and what we listened to was a letra part of a cante. What about the palo? It is a 4 beats compass, right? And the harmonic context is the flamenco mode based on the Andalusian cadence. If this is not clear for you, go and check this video. So everything sounds like tango, right? And if you guessed tango, you are partially right, and therefore partially wrong. Why? Because what about the style? You know that in any palo and family of palos we have different styles, and the different styles are different melodies and different forms, different structures. So was that a typical style of tango? For tango there are thousands of different styles, different melodies, but that one specifically is not from the tango family. It comes from another world. Let's have a look at the letra, the poem, how it is sung. It is a 6 lines letra with 8 syllables per line, with rhymes in the first, the third and the fifth lines, and the second, the fourth and the sixth lines. We can also observe that the first and the third line are the same. It means that the written letra, the written poem before it is sung, is a 5 lines letra, what we call a quintilla, octosílaba. 5 lines, 8 syllables. The fact that we find in first position, in the first tercio, the first sung line, the ante-repetition of the second written line is part of the processing of the letra. I call this ante-repetition because it's like repeating but before. We can conclude that it is probably a letra de fandango. This letra comes from the word of fandango, not from the word of tango. They have nothing to do one with the other. Listening to it again, we can hear a specific harmonic color, a specific chord at the end of the first and the third tercios.
Tú dices que eres feliz, mentira que no lo eres. Tú dices que eres feliz.
It sounds like the Manolo chord, right? If you haven't met Manolo yet, just go and check this video. With all these elements, the number of lines, the rhymes, the number of syllables, the processing with this ante-repetition and the specific harmonic colors in the first and the third tercio, we can conclude that it is a letra de fandango. This is a typical metric and harmonic structure of the big majority of fandangos. It's not a letra de tango, it comes from another word, the word of fandangos. All the fandangos, fandangos de Huelva, fandangos naturales, fandangos abandonados, granaína, malagueña, taranta, everything. Almost all the fandangos with very few exceptions. What happened here is just that El Príncipe Gitano picked up a letra de fandango and sung it por tango, including it in a cante por tango. Does that make it a letra de tango? Pues no. The clothes don't make the man, it is a fandango dressed up as a tango. This is a fandango por tango. And now let's hear this letra in its natural environment por Fandango Natural, por Antonio Molina. You'll see that the melody and the structure, the letras, the lyrics are a bit different, but what is interesting here for us is just that it keeps the structure of the fandango, the rules of the game of a letra de fandango.
Te quieres divertir en tus mayores placeres. Solo te acuerdas de mí.
What is the takeaway of this? In flamenco there are many hybrids like that, what I call crossbreeds. This one specifically, fandango por tango, is not that common, but still we should be able to identify it when we listen to it. The more we know the palos and their rules, the more we can identify them, even if they are disguised. If we dance or play guitar, it is really important to know, because it's the only way to know where to close, where to rematar, where to recoger el cante, because this is all a conversation, remember? In every palo there are like the common styles, the styles that we are used to listen because they are sung much more than others. But there are so many different styles and different possibilities, and we can get in trouble if we don't understand what's going on. We won't be able to rematar with la caída del cante, and we won't be able to give the right chord. We won't be interacting with the cante, but we'll be suffering the cante. It doesn't mean that we need to know all the possible styles, because it's just not possible. I think a much better approach is to try to understand how it works globally. In this case, we don't need to know exactly which style of fandango it is. We just need to understand that it is a fandango. And if we know how the fandangos work, we'll have no problem. If you are a singer, just try it. Try to put any kind of style on any kind of compás. Put a solea por tango, put a tango por fandango, and a fandango por bulería. Everything is possible. Just investigate, try, explore, and you'll see that every time it gives a change in the character, in the identity, in the mood. And it will also give you a great mastery of the cante and the compás. It's always the same idea I keep repeating again and again. Try not to put things into too small boxes. Try not to associate too much lyrics with melodies, with styles, with palos, with compás. These are potential traps. Keep your mind open and ready to accept and enjoy any combination, any possibility. It is a game, play the game, and at the same time you'll develop your sensitivity, your personality, your creativity. I hope it could help. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you want me to talk about in these videos. And go and visit FlamencoMAPS.com. There I explain my classes, my courses, my way of teaching flamenco. I see you there. Till then, don't forget, learn flamenco, make it fun, make it different, make it your own.